Hi guys, welcome here to the podcast. First one here, very exciting. We are surrounded by lots of LED lights, guys, aren't we? So welcome. We have two of our students here today from Armadale who are going to tell us a wee bit in this first series about celebrating success, and want to welcome you guys to the podcast. Woo!
Thank you.
So, guys, basically, first of all, wanted to say a massive bigs up to you guys, because I know all the stuff that you guys have been achieving, and I've been blown away about it. And I've heard from other teachers across the school who've actually witnessed some of the stuff that we're going to talk to you today about. So, over to you guys. First of all, want to maybe say to you, if you could tell us a wee bit about yourselves and what you are interested in, basically how you got first interested in performing arts.
Well, I got introduced to performing arts probably very young as well. I had a love for it when I was in nursery, and way back as then I just loved performing for family and stuff like that. But it was only until primary one when I was featuring as the lead role in the primary one assembly. My teacher had approached my mum and dad about joining a performing arts school.
Okay, yeah.
And so, because it was towards the end and the beginning of the summer, they couldn't find many places that were open. But there was a school that were doing a Monday to Friday sort of workshop class thing.
Yeah.
That they would do a show on the Friday that they thought would be quite good to go to. And so then they took me to that, and I remember being very shy and stuff like that, because it was I was 6 years old.
Okay,
so I was very, very young. And
you obviously had a bit of a natural talent there that your folks were I think you'd be good at this.
Exactly.
Right.
And but then I settled well, and in the September I joined the school, and now I've been there for 9 years. So
wow,
it's been really amazing.
What about yourself?
Well, I joined when I was 9.
9. Okay, yeah.
And I was really shy when I was younger, and I wouldn't leave my mum or anything. I was a very shy person. So I've been going to see different musicals since I was 3. I went to see Annie, and I was singing in the audience, and then my family just kind of knew that was what I had, what I should do.
Were they telling you have to sit down?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then so I joined stage school because my friend went there. Well, my friend's little sister went there, and she told my mum about it. Her mum told my mum about it. So then I joined on a Friday, and then I was still very shy, and then I joined a Saturday class as well as a Friday, and then we did our first show, and then I kind of found my space, found my my home there, and I've just been there ever since.
Awesome. So stage school. You guys have been there for obviously quite a long time now. How many people go to stage school?
I couldn't put a number on it, but there is.
Over 100.
There's right.
Yeah, because there's 3 different areas. So we've got Bathgate, Motherwell, and Edinburgh. And
in terms of at stage school, is there different sections that you can go and specialise in, or is it all the same sort of type of stuff?
Yeah, you've got general musical theatre class on a Saturday, but then they do have individual classes and private lessons if you were to just take something up. But yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. And you guys both do the same type?
Yeah, everything, to be honest. So,
right, okay. Yeah. So tell me, what is the most recent sort of production or musical thing you've been involved in?
You can go.
Shrek!
Yeah.
Oh,
it was fun.
I love Shrek.
It was really good. That was at the beginning of this month on the 1st and 2nd. And
whereabouts was this about?
Howden Park Centre
in Livingston. Right,
aye.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big sort of theatre, isn't it?
It's a really big theatre.
Yeah.
There's 200 to 300 seats in it. So.
And was it full when you were performing?
Yeah, it was full in our
We
shows.
had a photographer in on the Sunday in the audience taking loads of different photos that none of us knew about.
Okay.
Until we'd shown them.
Okay. And in terms of, that was quite, that's quite a challenge to go out and perform in front of that number of people.
Yeah.
How did you cope with that?
by this point, I'd say it's just probably natural.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
By this point, we just tend to go on the stage and just do it, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And then we're all upset, and it's kind of like, well, we did that's much work for
Post-show depression. Like,
4 shows.
I remember watching you guys in the school when we had basically the awards night just before the summer, the BG Awards night, and the senior phase one as well, and seeing you guys perform, and you're just so natural, and I suppose like you say, I think the key is just to keep doing it and keep practicing it, and it's a bit like anything in life. It's a bit like when you walk into an exam, for the first time, oh my god, and then the more you do it, the more actually relaxed you get, and you begin to learn how to cope with these things a bit better. So if you could give one bit of advice to like our students at Armadale, what would you say in terms of the best way to deal with like nerves and like stress, because these things are quite stressful?
Yeah, I guess like for us, I mean, one way I put it is that like our group at Stage School, who are like now like sort of the leads for our shows, it's a very strong group, so we don't like, I don't really doubt us much, but then like having nerves for these kind of things, it's just all about believing in yourself, I would say, because like if you don't have belief in yourself, then there's you have no hope for it. Like
there's like no point then doing it because you don't believe in yourself. So what's like, there's no point.
So my next question is, how did you get that belief? What? Because to get up stage on that, can you remember the very first time you stood on that stage?
Yes.
Right. How did you have the confidence to get on that stage?
Probably the Stage School teachers.
Yeah,
they believe in you very much.
I remember doing High School Musical back in 2016 with Stage School, and I wasn't in the older ones class, but I was in like the younger ones class, so we still had a show to do. But I do remember just feeling absolutely nervous. But then like over time, if you keep going at it, then it like dies away. Which is like really helpful, but as all due to the teachers at Stage School, so
awesome.
They really help.
So they've been a big help to you.
Yeah. My first show was Matilda in 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
And I was the cook, but I was in the middle class and the like older ones middle class.
Okay.
So I was in 2 different classes. But I was doing like the harmonies and the parts for the other class that I was in, and I would go on a Saturday and I would be the only one singing them. Yeah. But like you would still kind of hear them, and I had just so much to do. I was on stage with them, and then I came off stage, and then had to run round to the other side to then get on with my other group, and it was a lot.
Yeah.
So how often do you guys sort of go and practice? How many times a week would you say?
It's mostly like kind of like all year round. We'll have like breaks at like Easter and like summer and stuff like that. But like
we don't really get a break though.
You don't get a break?
Not
right, okay.
regularly. But,
yeah, so are you at Stage School what, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, every day?
2 times
a week, and then practicing at home, your lines, singing, yeah. It's really interesting. I mean, I'm sporty. Obviously, that's my background, and I think back to when I first walked out on that rugby pitch for the first 15 for my very first game, and I remember I couldn't feel my legs because they were shaking so much, and there was only about 20 people in the crowd, so I didn't have anything like what you guys had to go through. But I remember what helped was the fact that I had really good coaches, like you guys were saying, who had praised me, encouraged me, made me believe in myself. But I'd also put in the effort, and I think that's so important when you guys can deal with the level of stress, to have the effort put in to be able to know and rehearse those things. So often that when I'm catching a ball, I just do automatically. When you step on and you sing that first line, it's just done automatically. So I think, going forward, that's a really good message probably to send to the students at Armadale, is that put in the effort. If you see people doing things well, let's praise them. Because there's a hell of a lot of good stuff going on in the school, and people are doing really good things, and we need to believe in ourselves, like you guys were saying. Okay. Right, I'm going to push you out there. What is your aim, right? And I'm talking not in a couple of years' time. I'm talking, let's say 10 years' time, right? And I want you to think big, right? I want you to think big. So, what would be your ultimate?
Ultimate, probably for us, Broadway.
Broadway.
Or
But then,
West
like,
End.
yeah, like
Or
within
tours.
the next like 5 years, by the time we're like 20 something, like probably the West End. But
So
then
how are you going to get there? Go on, tell me.
There's a couple musical theatre like colleges about
Yeah.
and
Okay.
stuff, but some of them are connected to England, so you need to pay for them. But then there's some that are Scottish ones, so you get it free, obviously.
Aye.
But
And-
if you're doing one that's connected to England up in Scotland, you still have a place to stay, so you're not needing to worry about paying for like staying and as well as paying for the like college.
Yeah, sure. So, which ones are you talking in particular? Where can you go in Scotland?
Scottish Institute.
Institute Levy.
Is that Livingston?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's quite handy. That's
Yeah.
West Lothian.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There's
Okay.
one in Motherwell or Hamilton, I think.
Yeah, there's one there,
Yeah.
and just Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Yeah.
Places there as well. So,
And have you got your preference?
not really just now,
Not really
But-
thought about it.
because Lindsay, who's kind of like one of the main people who own Stage School, she's been talking to my mum about it, because like from the get go in like high school, they talk about like what you're doing post school.
Okay.
And so they're talking about that a lot with me. And they say that like it'd be good to get like hires done first and
Yeah.
then move to a place like that. So she said the best places are London. But there are obviously like better places up here too,
Yeah.
to attend.
Awesome.
But yeah,
So-
variety.
My next and probably my last question to you then, if 10 years time, that's a great aim to have, right? And you're telling me how you're going to get there by hopefully going to maybe sort of stage school in Edinburgh or across Scotland. What would be the show you would want to be in? If you could only choose one, I'm going to be horrible.
Oh,
If you only choose
no.
one, right? What are we saying?
I've been a fan of Hamilton for a very long time.
I love Hamilton. I was listening to him on the way in because I was trying to learn some rap, but I was absolutely useless at it, so I thought,
Yeah.
no, we'll scrap that.
I've been a fan of the show for a couple of years now, since 2021, I think.
Did you see it at the Festival Theatre in
I did.
Edinburgh? Yeah.
Yeah.
We
all
went
did.
twice because we went with the school, and then there was like, loads of us.
Yeah.
So there was like 8 of us that went, and then our 8 parents went. So there was like 16 of us. We go to all like the big shows that we all want to see coming round, and we get 2 rows. We're going to see Moulin Rouge in May, and we've got
Oh,
the first
quality.
row and the second row. And
Oh.
there's 22 of us going.
You're going to be up there giving it a
You'll be on the
laldy.
stage, aye, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Aye.
So you would say Hamilton, and what about
Yeah.
yourself?
Oh, I don't even know. There's
We're
so
putting you under
many.
pressure here.
Nice.
You're on the
So
spot.
many.
3, 2, 1.
I would like to be in Six. Six would be a good one.
Can you
And then
just tell our audience what's 6?
Six is about the 6 queens of Henry VIII.
8, yeah.
And so it tells you how about their story before they got married to Henry VIII, and before he divorced them, beheaded them, killed them, and then let one survive. And then it kind of just takes you through their story on how they got to meet Henry and how mean he was to them. So it's kind of like a girl power show instead of, because there's no boys on it at all.
Okay,
But we
okay.
are actually doing Six in the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Right.
That's cool. Right.
Not.
So I think for people that have never been to musicals and stuff before, this is a really good insight to find out, what is a musical, and it's like you say, there's music, but there's
Yeah.
quite cool. Like, I couldn't believe the rapping in Hamilton. The whole thing's rapped. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
People can
Um,
forget like how musicals like can be, because like most like a stereotype of musicals is just like all the old classics and stuff like
That's
that,
right.
and they're
Like-
really good,
Like
but then
Cats
people don't pay
and
attention
Starlight
to them.
Express and Phantom
Because,
Opera.
like,
Yeah.
Six is more pop.
Yeah.
than
More modern
anything.
as well.
So
And
more modern, up to
And
date.
Yeah.
Hamilton's all rap. Like, people just think you're just going to see like Phantom of the Opera and like it's just going to be all like opera, but it's really not. It's all different, like, and it suits your type of musical that you like.
Yeah, there's a lot of different like.
So for you listeners out there, there's something for everybody is what we're saying, okay? And it can be up to date and modern and cool, all right? So guys, thank you so much for your time today. It's really been brilliant to find out about your story so far, and we wish you all the best for the future. And I will be keeping an eye. I'd be love to hear if you manage to achieve that target in 10 years' time,
Yeah.
because I think that's a great target to have. So just to finish up, thank you so much for being part of our first Celebrating Success podcast, and we hope to see you guys again soon in this series. All the best. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Join the podcast, feel the pride.